Here's 3 things I would do before I sent my kids to a long, intensive wrestling camp. Number 1, make sure they're in shape. That's common sense, right? But, you need to make sure they're in shape. And if you don't have access to a wrestling mat, they need to do 10 minutes of stance and motion every day. At least 5 days a week, run a bunch of hill sprints. That's just a good way to build up your anaerobic threshold and also your aerobic system as well. So arrive in shape. They don't have to be in the best shape of their life, but you just can't show up in terrible condition. Secondly, understand how the mind works. Understand it's going to be difficult. So something I do when I counsel our kids through big matches or tournaments, I'm like, hey, these matches are going to tighten up, okay? It's the national tournament. It's a state tournament. Even our college guys go into nationals. I chat with them on occasion. I'm like, these matches are going to tighten up a little bit. It's okay. Are you okay with a few close matches? Somebody that you destroyed at the, a dual meet, they might have a 2-point match with you at state. It's okay. We don't like it, but it's okay. So we're preparing them for not the worst, but what could likely happen. So it's important that we prepare our kids and say, it's not going to be easy, okay? You're going to be a little bit homesick, possibly. Your legs are going to get tired. You are going to have to push yourself. But I want you to understand that you're going to have to get through it. And sometimes we're not trying to, some days you're just not going to hit a home run. We do that as adults, right? When I was a teacher, we had little kids, and I would sometimes wouldn't get a good night's sleep. I still did a great job, but I didn't have like my best day in the classroom ever. I'm like, dude, I'm a human. I'm going to do a great job, but it ain't going to be, there's nobody going to be giving me any awards today. You do that on your construction site. You do that. It's okay. Their goal is to get through the day and get through the practice and not ever miss a practice. And that comes down to number 3. It's just understanding how your mind works. I tell our kids this at camp, and I'm like, our boys' camps, I'm like, hey, if we were a super duper fun rich kid camp, guess what you would do? You'd be like, oh, today we're going to go hiking through the mountains, and we're going to carry canoes through the wilderness, and we're going to go swimming, and the girls are going to have bikinis, right? I'm like, you boys would show up on time. You'd be on the bus 30 minutes early. You'd walk up the mountain on a broken ankle. So guess what? You got to say, oh, I twisted my wrist 4 days ago. Dude, you should be on the mat. Now, you break your wrist? No, you need to cast. You should go home. A sprained wrist? You should be practicing. Your wrist is only sprained. You should be practicing. Would you carry a canoe up the wilderness trail to go swimming with the cheerleaders? Yes. Okay, then you better get to practice. So they need to understand motivation, how their mind works. It's very interesting. We're stressed out, we're struggling, we feel like we're going to die. You finally make weight, you jump off the scale, and you have a burst of energy. It's interesting. You wake up in the morning, you're so exhausted, you're feeling sorry for yourself, you don't want to go to school, you feel tired, and your mom runs upstairs and goes, hey, school's been canceled. We had, there's a layer of ice out there. And what happens? You explode with excitement, and you're like, I'm not even going back to sleep. I feel great. Why do these things happen? Well, it's because you are a human, and you need to understand how your mind works, okay? And we teach these things at our camp. That's the reason, we just had 83 of our high school boys and girls medal at state, and 24 state champions. Why is the Purler wrestling kids doing so well? It's because we teach how the mind works as well, and we allow ourselves to be a human and have human thoughts. But we don't have these thoughts and shut down. We have these thoughts and we navigate through them. Okay? Remember this, mom and dad. When your kids get tired and they want to go home from a camp, let's say, they're not going to say, I quit, I give up, my legs are tired, I miss my girlfriend, I miss my boyfriend, my brother and sister get to go to grandma's house for a week and I miss out on that, all my buddies are out hanging out, I quit, I give up, I'm mentally weak, I don't have what it takes, I quit, I'm wasting all of your money, Mom, I'm disappointing you, Dad, I quit, I give up, I cry myself to bed, come and get me, I can't take it, I quit, I give up, come and get me. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, it's too loud in the wrestling room, the coach isn't good, the moves aren't any good, they don't feed us. Every practice is the same. I didn't learn any new moves. The workout partners are not any good. This camp sucks, right? That's what they're going to say. Now, sure, if it's a camp that might suck because they don't have a reputation of doing this for a quarter of a century, like, for example, we do. Not that our camp is perfect for everybody every time, because it's not. But for the most part, it's pretty doggone good. But understand that your kids they're not going to tell you the real story. And I think that's important for you to understand as well. It can be very helpful. When your kids are at a difficult camp and you've already had these conversations with them, but they're just breaking mentally, guess what? You need to push them. You say this: you need to hang this phone up. You need to go get to practice. I don't want to hear it. We actually do an exercise at the opening of our camp. And I tell the kids, I teach them how to call home. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, how you doing? This is Nick, just calling to say hi. Camp's going great. I'm crushing it. I'm kicking ass. I'm doing awesome. Camp is great. How are the meals? Awesome. How's the practices? Awesome. How's the workout partners? Awesome. How's the weather? Awesome. Well, heck, honey, it sounds like camp is just awesome. You're like, it's awesome. It's great. I gotta go. I've got goals to crush. I'm kicking ass. I will call you tomorrow. I love you. Bye. Boom. And that's exactly what we talk to them. The kids kind of laugh and giggle. But I'm right. We have got to rehearse. You do not call me talking like this. You are 17 years old. Are you kidding me? There's kids your age who have families and are fighting wars in other countries. And all you have to do is wrestle 5.5 hours a day? And you're calling me with this crying in your voice? No. Now, if your kid's 8 and they come to our 5-day camp, we're going to treat them a little bit differently now, aren't we? Because they're 8 years old. But when we're talking about, 13-year-old, even a 12-year-old, like, whoa. We got to have a little bit of attitude adjustment here, don't we? You do not call me like this. You call me back, and this is how you talk to me, because I'm your parent, and you're learning how to be a young, strong man or a young, strong woman. And it's just guidance and direction. So there's some tips. If you want to do our camp, we would love to have you. PurlerWrestling.com. We have kids from Australia, Italy, and all over America coming again this year, 2024. Looks like we're going to sell out again. We're ahead of last year's schedule. We sold out last year too. So just a heads up. Our 28-day camp, 14-day camp. We have 2 5-day camps, takedown and 3 position. And we have 2 7-day camps for girls. And expecting 400 girls or more this summer. So it's pretty awesome stuff. Weekend competition camps this weekend. We're going to have about 90 from all over America. So once a month we have weekend camps and summer camps, obviously. But we also have our online wrestling academy. You can learn all of our system online. That'll blow your mind. If you did that, you'd be very impressed. In fact, this year we had 5 guys make Team USA, and 4 of them came to our camps and academy, and 1 used our online program. World champ Stevan Mishik at 11 years old got our online program. It was in DVDs back then. And Colton Schultz made the world team. He's a many-time camper and our online academy member. He actually was a homeschooled kid that trained all day. And Nick Lee came to camps a few years in a row. His dad actually used to help us with camp, and came to our academy on occasion, and had our DVDs as well, which is now online. Zane Richards, he did all 3, and Jared Bronigal, he is a Greco man, and he came to our academy and camps. So that's 5 Team USA World Team members from 2023 who trained with Purler Wrestling Academy and camps, and one of them, and most of them did our online series as well. Besides Stevan, and Stevan just won the world title. He competes for Serbia, so he was 11, crying. Told his dad he wanted to get good at wrestling. Told his dad he wanted to be the best in the world, and his dad's like, dude, you can't even win a tournament in Indiana. And so he did some research, bought our stuff, mastered all of our DVDs, which is now an online program. So there's some top level guys. And Allie Reagan, she was a 2-time world silver medalist. She did our academy and camps too. She's retired, but so we've had some very famous wrestlers use our methods that we've been teaching and sharing since 1999. So PurlerWrestling.com. Thanks for watching.